Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Nibras.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. Now, today's episode is fantastic because guess what? We have everybody live. So you will not be having any recordings today, and you will be having live reactions of everyone. I know that you guys are so excited for it because you know what? It's always fun to have the entire team online together. Anyways, for anyone who doesn't know what Youth Connect is a news, interest, and entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. We are all youth broadcasters who want to create stuff and want to be creative and get our name out there. But you know what? First things first, we have to do gaming news, and I am the one who hosts it. So get ready for some gaming news. Okay, guys, gaming news. What do we got? Well, if you guys know, usually we have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what in the world is Spotlight Game of the Week? Now, if you're a reoccurring watcher, you know what I usually talk about, but if you don't, Video Game of the Week is usually like a game that I want to shine the light on. And this game is actually quite interesting because, you know what, I've been seeing a lot of these types of games. But today's game of the week is called Lego Brawls. Now, you can dream up the ultimate minifigure brawlers and bash your way through all of your favorite Lego themes in the first team action brawler set in the Lego universe. Play with friends at home or around the world and see who could stack against the competition. Now, what is Lego Brawls? It's a free-for-all fighting game, but what makes it so unique? Well, there's so many different types of things. First thing that the game boasts about is that if you can build the ultimate brawler, you can design your own ultimate Lego minifigure hero with a unique style, a strategy, and personality. Do you guys want a cactus with an attitude? A scrappy janitor ninja who happens to have fighting chickens? A sledgehammer wielding swinging clown with a few scores to settle? Sure, you can build anything and anyone in this build-a-thon Lego Brawls game where you can build the ultimate fighter and level them up with unlockable content. The game also boasts about all of their stages being Lego themed, from the swashbuckling shores of Barracuda Bay to the waterlogged caverns of Ninjago Seabound, to a dusty Wild West saloon and the mythical Monkey Kid jungle, all of which are from Lego shows and TV shows, and all of them are absolutely awesome. You can collect unlockable minifigures, power-ups, and emotes along the way. It's like a fun, free-for-all beat-em-up game. It's absolutely amazing. I hope you guys check it out because it's awesome. It has PvP, it has a 4v4 game mode, and I know that you are going to love Lego Brawls. It hasn't released just yet, but do watch out for it because it will be releasing soon. Anyways, though, I'm just going to ask everyone that is on the poll right now, what is your guys' thoughts on Lego Brawls?
Well, it's a really good game.
I love it.
I hope it's
I love Lego.
free to play.
I like they
I
have
think
you can do and you can build a lot of stuff, and that's what Lego is. The Lego movie, the Lego movie building stuff. I like that concept, and it seems a good game. It seems a great game actually.
It reminds me of Multiverses, like Smash Bros.
Yeah, it is another one of the free for all fighting games, and you know what? They are really popular. So I bet you when this game releases, it's going to be quite something. I don't know if it's going to be able to top Multiverses, but maybe there could be a collaboration, and you could get a Lego person inside Multiverses. So, other than that, I hope you guys check it out as well. Make sure to watch out for Lego Brawls, which is coming out. And next up, we have Kevin with some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us right before the long weekend. I'm Kevin Aruja, and you are tuned to the Youth Connect. But first, let's look at our headlines. The Prime Minister is set to make stops across Greater Toronto Area today. The TTC preparing for jump in ridership after Labor Day. And more GTA homebuyers trying to private lenders, and here's what you need to know. And Shapovalov earns fourth set victory to advance to a third round of the U.S. Open. The Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will be making stops across Ontario's Halton region today. The Prime Minister office says Trudeau will meet with parents to discuss affordability this morning. He will then attend a tree planting session with local youth, where he will be talking about climate actions. Trudeau will later participate in a Labor Day barbecue in the afternoon. Earlier this week, Trudeau traveled to the Kitchener, Ontario area for a housing announcement. And he also met with the Premier Doug Ford in Toronto, where the two discussed healthcare and other key priorities. The Toronto Transit Commission said it's boosting service as it prepares for more riders after Labor Day. The transit agency says Tuesday that while summer ridership has been about 55 to 60% from usual levels, current models predict a jump of 10 to 15% over the coming weeks and months, barring any new COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. This year is different from past years for obvious reasons, said TTC CEO in an online statement. As we emerge from the pandemic, it is especially important to me that the TTC be fully prepared to welcome everyone back to a safe and clear system with service that meets the needs of our customers. Ontario's 7th wave is reported to have peaked in early August, but Chief Medical Officer of Health has said cases are expected to rise as more people head indoors in the fall. With a housing market that's pricing out many in the Greater Toronto Area and stricter mortgage rules in Canada, private lending is becoming more popular among these looks to secure loans to buy a home. But experts warn that the risk involved. The value and number of mortgages funded by alternative and private lenders have increased in the past 5 years, according to the Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Ontario, an independent regulatory agency created to improve customers and pension plan beneficiary protections in Ontario to regulate sectors including mortgage broker, loan and trust companies, and credit unions. The agency says the value of private mortgages have increased from $13 billion in 2019 to $222.4 billion in 2021. And the number of mortgages rose from 30,435 in 2019 to 36,568 in 2021. Managing partners for real estate and private lending with Marani Law says her law firm has been private lending become an increasingly popular option, especially among clients who are looking to refinance a mortgage. And on sports news, Canada's Denis Shapovalov will be moving on to the third round of the U.S. Open after a 6 out of 4, 4 out of 6, 6 out of 3, and 6 out of 2 win over Roberto Carbelas Baena on Thursday. Shapovalov fired 10 aces, won 86% of first serve points, and broke the Spaniard of 5 of 13 opportunities. After splitting the first two sets, the Richmond Hill, Ontario native powered his way through the third set by winning 4 of the final 5 games after being tied at 2 out of 2, capped by a backhand forced error for Carbelas Baena. The 19th-seeded Shapovalov will face 9th seed Andrei Rublev. In weather, our forecast for today is sunny at 28 degrees. Saturday is sunny in the morning, then a mix of sun and clouds with 30% chance of showers in the afternoon. The risk of a thunderstorm in the afternoon, and Sunday cloudy with a 30% chances of showers, high 20 and low 14. You must be wondering what my interesting fact of the week is. Look at my background. Do you see those sunflowers? Yeah, our fact is indeed sunflowers. And this field is very close to where I work in Port Credit, close to the lake. Now for some interesting bits of information on the sunflower. A sunflower is one of just a very small handful of plants with the word flower in its actual name. Other, other flowering plants with flower in their name including safflower, elderflower, coneflower, cornflower, and waxflower. The word sunflower actually means sunflower or flower of the sun. The scientific name for the common sunflower is Helianthus annus. After pollination by bees and other insects, the flowers in the middle of each sunflower grow into edible seeds. And each flower in the middle of a sunflower head can grow into a seed. No wonder that sunflower heads are loved by birds, since each one provides a lot of food for birds and other animals to eat. There are lots of sunflower gardens in the Dixie and Caledon area, so if you have the time to enjoy this beautiful maze before the end of summer. With that, we come to the end of my segment. Tune in next week for another segment of news, weather, and interesting fact. And now, over to Aiden.
All right. So, I just want to say for everyone that is here, you know what? I'm gonna first talk about it myself. You know what? Sunflowers are amazing. You know what? They are the symbol for Ukraine, which is very important. But the interesting fact is that they are actually they're native to the Americas, which is they were cultivated in North America, and it's always awesome because they are a great source of sunflower seeds. Has anybody here that is you guys, you Kevin or you Joshua, have you guys ever had sunflower seeds before? Because I know I have, and they are delicious.
Uh, I've never had sunflower seeds as a snack.
You
I
know what?
have, yeah, sorry. I have a lot of kids in high school or middle school and chewed on them, and it's just a good snack. It's good. Yeah.
No. You know what? Some people haven't. I recommend that
Yeah,
you do,
I
Kevin,
mean,
because they are delicious.
yeah, they're very
Absolutely.
delicious. Just dig in the oven and then boom, you got sun seeds.
Yeah, you could also just buy the ones that they have at the store. But you know what? Nothing beats fresh sunflower seeds. Thank you so much, Kevin, for all of your news. And I really liked your sunflower fact of the day. I was wondering what the heck was going on with your background, but you always have something to share relating to your background.
Yeah, that would make me jump on the sunflower.
Definitely. So I'm going to move on to my second gaming news. And today's second gaming news is something quite interesting. If you guys know technically the company that creates a bunch of devices and accessories for computers and video game consoles, Logitech, has announced that they are teaming up with Tencent to work on a game streaming handheld called, I don't think you're ready for this, the Logitech G gaming handheld. Wow, what a shocker, guys. They literally put their company name in and gaming handheld. I feel like they should come up with something more original, but to be honest, this might just be a prototype. But you know what? Thanks to some leaked images, we now know what the handheld and its UI will look like. It looks quite interesting, guys, and images that have found their way to Evan Blass's Twitter account were quickly DMCA'd by Logitech G. And what does that mean? The speed at which Logitech G responded gives me a feeling that, you know what, guys, these photos might be a real deal. And one of the screenshots that I have with us right now is quite interesting with a green and blue yellow background, but it has some icons with some of the apps available, like, for example, the Google Play Store, such as Steam Remote Play as well, NVIDIA GeForce Now, Google Chrome, YouTube, and Xbox twice for some reason. But Logitech G has already said that the device will support multiple cloud gaming services. At least now we have an idea of which ones. Logitech G has yet to reveal what operating system I think I'm going to call it G Gaming will run, but seeing that it is obviously Google Play Store, we pretty much, well, in my honest opinion, I feel like that it might be the processing unit of the Android system. And Androids run pretty well. They've had tons of stuff worked on, including emulators, which work fabulously with them. So it's going to be an interesting system. I know what Logitech is going to be dipping their fingers into the handheld systems, just like Steam, the Switch, and so much more. But you know what? I don't know. Is it going to be like Stadia? Is it going to be like Steam Deck? Really gets my brain thinking here. And I'm going to ask everyone that's on everyone here right now. So you, Joshua, you, Kevin, you, Nibras, what are your thoughts? What do you think about this new Logitech system?
Yeah, I kind of
find it
excited for this
interesting.
Logitech handheld because, as you well know, that they do have Xbox and there's some YouTube and things like that. But they did mention the second one could be the Game Pass. Just me saying. The
I
second
can go
one.
next. What I think is it's good that they're doing something new, but let's also give a shout out to PSP, PlayStation Portable. That I'm pretty sure that was the first one handheld device. So it's very old. I don't know a lot of people know that PSP, but I played on it, and it's a good device, or it was a good device. I don't know. It could be compared the new version of Logitech? Maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, I would love to get my hands on the new handheld portable.
Definitely looks interesting. You know what? In my honest opinion, I don't know. Because technically, it just seems like a streaming, kind of like cloud service gaming kind of thing. But you know what? I gotta say, Nebraska, the PSP was a beautiful handheld, but I am 95% sure that the Game Boy was the first original handheld. But I gotta say
We
that
can all argue.
Yes, one of the most
Let's go
popular
and
handheld
continue
console.
on.
yeah, but PSP is still an amazing handheld
Yes,
system
Nintendo
that really
DS
was
also has it
underrated.
too.
Yeah.
But you know
Yes.
what, guys? We got to move on because next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us some good story news and, of course, your very favorite animal news.
I love it.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Connect Now for a good news story. 10-year-old boy saves mom from drowning as she suffered seizure in pool. Gavin Kinney is a normal 10-year-old boy from Oklahoma, but to his mother, he is a hero. A home security camera captured the moment when Gavin leaped into action to save his drowning mother, who was suffering from a seizure in the family's backyard pool. His mom, Lori Kinney, said the two were having a wonderful morning when they had decided to jump into the pool for a swim. Gavin had just gotten out of the pool and I just went into the seizure. Lori said it scared me more than I've ever been scared. Lori is epileptic and prone to seizures. Gavin, who was on the porch, said he heard splashing and then looked and saw his mother sinking in the pool. He dove into the pool and carried his mother to the ladder. He kept her head above water for more than a minute before his grandfather jumped in to help. I was a little scared, a little bit, Gavin said. The Kingston Police Department later presented Gavin with an award for his bravery. Lori Kinney said she could not be more grateful for her son. He's definitely my hero, but I really do feel like he's my guardian angel as well. Now for another good news story. A little boy finally got to play in the sea thanks to the use of a beach wheelchair, and his laughter brought his mom to tears. Joey has quadrilepic quad, quadri, quadriplegic cerebral palsy, which affects both of his arms and legs and some his torso and face. The 2-year-old suffers very bad sensory issues and cannot stand the feel of grass, sand, carpet, and snow. Trips to the beach are impossible, but thanks to a charity offering the big wheel, wheelchairs on Ingle Mills Beach in Lincolnshire, England, the family has finally been able to enjoy the sea for the first time. Helen Butterfield filmed her little boy squealed with excitement as the sea water washed over him and his dad. The mother of three lives in Shef- Sheffield, England, and is Joey's full-time caregiver. She said seeing his reaction was one of the most special moments of her life. Honestly, he had never laughed so much. She credits the community group reach ability Ingo Mills with having given her boy a special gift, the chance to experience waves and Mother Nature's beauty instead of feeling left out and different. I'm just so glad I managed to get it on camera. We will never ever forget this day. Joey was born prematurely at 27 weeks and weighing just 2 pounds and 6 ounces. He cannot support his body enough to sit without assistance with the diagnosis of quadriplegic cerebral palsy. Doctors have prepared the family for the possibility that he will never be able to walk, but mom, Helen, is determined to do everything she can give him the best life possible. Hates how Joey hates how pretty much everything feels, but one thing he loves is water. He doesn't handle well, especially with strangers, and he gets so frustrated. But pop in the bath, and he is in heaven. It was like Joey was born to be a baby water boy. He has been through so much, and so seeing him in the sea was the best feeling ever. He is so tiny but mighty, and I'm sure his strength and determination won't stop there. Now turning to animal interest news. Couple now gets daily visits from wild lorikeet birds that broke in a year ago. Georgina and Christian Allen get daily visits from group of wild lorikeets. These birds broke in a year ago and now want to hang out constantly. Featured friends, the new feathered friends first visited the young couple in early 2021. They flew in through their balcony door, hoping to score some lunch at their apartment in Australia. The birds live in trees opposite in their patio table, and the couple often saw them sawing, saw them eyeing hopefully when they would eat lunch outside, especially when they were having grapes. After leaving their door open one summer morning, the birds saw their opportunity broke in, and which began their daily visits. Georgian, Georgina, who is a bartender, and Christian, who is a laborer, said the lorikeets will watch TV with them, sit on their laundry, hang out on their couches, and would probably explore the apartment all day if they were allowed. They were super friendly birds, said Georgina. We can touch them and hold them, so naturally we love them. The couple, who are both 21 years old, described one downside of their visitors. They're super loud and frequent wake up the couple begging for more grapes. However, close bonds have been formed with the birds, who are now part of their daily lives. They would never want things to change. We have named a few and have started to recognize which one are breeding pairs they bring over their offsprings too, which is amazing. They all have different personalities and qualities that make them unique, so they're easy to recognize. They brighten everyone's day, and I love it so much, said Georgina. This is Judge's Show reporting Free Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
I gotta say, Joshua, you know what? For all of your news, obviously, my very favorite is your animal news. And I gotta say, with those lorikeet birds, those are some colorful birds to be found in Australia. And you know what? Those birds are absolutely adorable. You know what? If I had wild, colorful birds, which are more of a tropical bird, I am surprised that they are, kind of meet up with they're just wild birds that just hang around. And I always love your news. And actually, I want to ask because I remember Jeffrey. Just so you know, guys, is literally very far away and has a bit of a delay. And before I know Kevin in Nebraska. I'm going to ask you what your thoughts on it are. But first of all, Jeffrey, what are your thoughts on Joshua's news or the lower key birds? You good, Jeffrey?
I thought
Oh,
the first news was very, very shocking. Like someone have been sick while they is really just so shocking. Yeah. But the bird one I really liked.
I love the bird
Right.
one as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Nibras? And you, Kevin? What are your thoughts on Joshua's news?
The
Honestly,
first part.
Kevin, you can go first right now. Awesome. Yeah,
Okay,
you
thank
go.
you. The first part for Josh's news, the kid was brave, and he he's doing a good job. You know, not to be. Yeah, he's doing good. I mean, he's brave. Is what everyone thinks.
I can go next. Honestly, Joshua, I love the
Very sad.
kid on
He's
the
great. Yeah,
wheelchair
that's it.
story. It's just amazing, and we can also learn from this story, right? We can see there was a problem, but they came up with a solution for the wheelchair, and now it's going on water, and the kid can enjoy. It's one of my favorite stories that you have done so far, and you connect, and I loved it. Thank you, Joshua.
I have to agree with you, Kevin, and you as well, Nibras. You know what? That kid was only 10 years old and saved his mom. You know what? I am amazed because 10 years old is pretty darn young, guys. And you
Yeah,
know
very
what?
very.
He had to really swim to save his mother. And you know what? That's amazing.
And he was.
So
I also saw the parrots when I was in India too.
wow,
A lot of parrots.
that's awesome, Kevin. Okay, so I will move on to our third and final gaming news. Oh, yeah, third and final gaming news. So if you know our video games, we have to do our board game of the week, similar to our video game of the week, but now it's a board game. And what is today's board game of the week? Well, today's board game of the week is called The Initiative. Now, what is The Initiative? The Initiative is a unique cooperative board game of story, strategy, and code breaking that lets players take on the role of teenagers in 1994 who have found a mysterious board game called The Key. Not only will they play the key, but players will have to help the teens through a pivotal chapter of their lives by following a series of missions linked together via an interactive comic book. The game's campaign is broken into a number of chapters, each taking 30 to 60 minutes to complete, and each starting with you reading a page of the comic book. The story advances even if a player fails a mission, but winning may provide a reward in the future. Each chapter builds on the knowledge and story from previous chapters, weaving narrative, code breaking, and mystery into one thrill game experience. I gotta say, I love a board game that is based off of a comic book, to have a comic book story kind of initiative to it. And I guess I'll ask everyone that's on the on our thing right now, what are your guys' thoughts? What do you guys think
I think
about
the game looks
initiative?
interesting.
It
Very
looks good. It looks.
It would
I
really be a
like
game
those.
that I would play if I was bored.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Clue game.
Ooh, similar to the Clue. Kind of like the Clue. What about you, Nebraska? Because I heard you were trying to say something.
I know it just those games that are how can I say those clue games or like suspense and stuff. I love those games like those.
Definitely. What about you, Joshua? Because I haven't heard your thoughts on it.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, and you know what? It's one of the you know what? I always try to bring out board games that are not usually out of the norm. So I mean, I could talk about Candyland and Battleship, but I want to talk about games that are completely brand new and you know what? Sometimes are regional. I like regional board games that are not usually the normal type of board game you would play. Now, obviously, we got to keep moving on. And next up, we have Nibras with his entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm news for the entertainment news. Let's get straight to our top story. And our top story is about it's a Labor Day long weekend, and along with the return of the Canadian National Exhibition (CNE), comes the return of the Canadian International air show. The TTC also announced they would be ramping up certain subway, bus, and streetcar services to match an unexpected surge in riders this fall and over the weekend. Luckily, no TTC closures are scheduled for this long weekend, but there are expected road closures. Here's what's happening this weekend. Some shows include the Canadian International Air Show. Canada's longest running air show, located in downtown Toronto, is returning this Labor Day weekend. The show will run from Saturday to Monday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. daily. The event is located within Maryland Bell Park directly in front of Liberty Grand Entertainment Complex and the CNE Fair. People can also see the show from across Lakeshore. Performers include the Canadian Forces Skyhawks demonstration team, RCAF CF-18 demonstration team, USAFF 35 demonstration team, Gold Prize, and the Yak 50, and much more. So this show will be fun. Everyone will enjoy the show. It's an air show. So the next show is Toronto Dragon Festival. The Toronto Dragon Festival will be held at Nathan Phillips Square from Friday to Sunday. From today to Sunday, the event is hosted by the Canadian Association of Chinese Performing Arts. The festival's reflection water show will have ambient lighting and colorful costumes on the Nathan Phillips Square reflecting pool, along with other performances and Chinese cuisine. I've actually been to this show and the festival. It's just amazing. It's colorful. It tells a lot about Chinese history, Chinese cuisine. Like I just said, it's a really great show. So the next is Busker Fest. So Busker Fest is where you want to be to see circus, artistry, daredevils, hula hoop artists, and other one-of-a-kind street performances over the weekend. The event kicks off on Friday. So that's today on Woodbine Park. Festival is organized by and supports LSP Toronto. So that's a really good cause. And so this is also a good festival. It's just it's basically a circus, but it has all other performances like hula hoop artists, like people with jumping and in trampoline. It's Daryl, right? Like I just said, it's just a good festival. Okay, and there will also be so much food, lots of food, and many rides and a lot of rides and other activities. So I really recommend you guys to book your tickets for CNE, because you guys do have time. You can still book your tickets for the rides for the whole festival. It's gonna be awesome. I wanted to go, but I cannot. I have something come up, but I did go on in 2018, and I loved it. That was my first time. It's just a great festival. You can go with your family or friends. It's really fun and it's enjoyable, right? I love that. Okay, and now to my second story. Now, before I go to my second story, I'll let you get the facts today. And today's Saturday is, drum roll, please. So, did you guys know once my luggage was misplaced and lost in an airport? Yes, that's true. So what happened was I was a kid. Basically, I was like 9 or 10. I was going to Dubai. I was returning to Dubai because at the time when I was a kid, I lived in Dubai. So United Arab Emirates. I was going there, and what happened was basically when I landed in Dubai, they said, "Oh, when I went to pick up when I was alone, I went by my own self. My parents were not there, so I went there, and I talked to someone who was there. I said I've been standing here for a few minutes. I cannot find my luggage. Then they went and they investigated. What happened was when I went from Pakistan to Dubai. So I was in Pakistan. So when I was in Pakistan, my luggage, someone misplaced my luggage. It went to Rwanda. Shoot. I went to a different flight for some reason somehow. So and honestly, they returned my luggage after 2 months. Yes, after 2 months. And it was just amazing to see. After 2 months, they returned my luggage. But it was all good. They returned it. I was happy. I was a kid, by the way, basically. So I hope you like this fact. I love when you guys comment and just enjoy the show. It's just amazing. I love this fact. So comment down below. Okay. Now to my second story. So my second story is about a podcast. So my podcast is Good Habits. So this podcast is a little bit different, right? So it doesn't it's not it doesn't give you step by step, but it's just basically how to have good habits, how to do that, how to stay in good habits, meaning how to keep that good habit, and it's just a good show, right? And it's just motivational, so you don't give up that habit, that good habit you're doing. I just love that podcast. So it's called The Good Habit. So I really recommend you guys to check it out. It's called Good Habit. So please check it out. And that's all from me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Bye, guys. Have a really long weekend.
Okay. I could not really understand you, Nibras. I heard the words 2018. I did hear something about a luggage. You know what? I heard the word 2018, luggage, 2 months, and pretty much that's it. You know what? Sound is a big thing. It happens to the best of us. And you know what, Nibras? Next time, let's try to fix our audio because I couldn't understand.
It's okay. That happens. Technical mistakes happen. It's okay. Let's go to the next person.
Technical difficulties.
Yes,
it always happens. All of us.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, next up we have Jeffrey, and Jeffrey has with us some live music.
Jesus.
Hi everybody, another day, another song. This is Jeffrey, a live musician. I'm performing live from Boschtown Lake, and I'm performing a very special song, very new, very different, and this song will make you go bananas. However, there are no monkeys in this song, so you can feel that if you want. And here it is, Banana Boat Song by Harry Belafonte. He said, hey, daylight come and we wanna go home. He said, hey, daylight come and we wanna go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we wanna go home. He said, hey, daylight come and we wanna go home. He said, daylight come and we wanna go home. It's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 bunch. Daylight come and we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we wanna go home. He said, hey, daylight come and we wanna go home. He said, hey, daylight come and we wanna go home. Wake on till I'm morning come. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Stack a banana, one by one. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. It's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Hey, you said hello. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, you said hello. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, you said hello. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, you said hello. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Start and one by one. Feel like a man, wanna go home. Work on till the morning come. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, he said it. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, he said it. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Think on till the morning come. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Stack a banana, one by one. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. See, it's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. La banana, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, he said hello. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. Yeah, he said it. Feel like a man, we wanna go home. God bless everyone. Thank you. As always, this is Jeffrey, your live musician. See you all next week. It's back to you, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. You know what? I gotta say this. Holy bananas! That song was so good, it made me bananas. It was such a great song, Jeffrey. I love that song. It's all about bananas. You know what? I love bananas so much. And you know what? It's such an amazing song. So thank you so much, Jeffrey. And you know what? We have reached the end of our Youth Connect. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Just before we end, I want to say thank you so much, our viewers, for watching the show. And obviously to my co-hosts. So thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Nibras. And we will see you all next week. And
Yes.
goodbye, guys. And also, you know what? Enjoy the long weekend. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for your music. And for everyone else, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next time. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.